Hello friends, welcome back to this lecture number 16 in the series. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the cracking in beam due to the diagonal tension. In previous lectures, we have discussed the cracking pattern in the beam in the region 1 due to the flexural behavior of the beam, and those cracks are called as the flexural cracks, and which normally occurs in the region 1 because of the maximum bending moment and negligible or zero shear forces at the midspan of the. Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the diagonal tension cracks which occurs in the region 2. So, for this, again, let us consider that there is a concrete beam which is having the different zones as marked here. Already, we have discussed about the cracks which are occurring in the zone 1. Now, we'll move toward the zone 2. So, as you can see, that this zone 2 is varies is located at this portion, that is at the both ends. This is the zone 2, and as we already seen in previous lecture also, that in this zone 2 the shear force will be maximum and the bending moment will be almost equals to 0 or it is negligible. So we can say that in this region, that is in the type 2 region, this region is near the support where the shear force is predominant. Okay? So whatever cracks which are going to develop in this particular region, main reason for that crack formation is the shear. But let us understand that how the shear cracks or the cracks are going to form here due to the shear. So for that, let us consider one element which is located at the neutral axis where the shear stress is maximum and the bending stress is 0. That is at the supports, as we know that the shear stress is maximum and the bending stress is 0. So we are going to consider this element which is located at the neutral axis of this beam. So as we have seen in previous lecture also, that the equation number 3.3 gives us the principal tensile stresses and principal compression equations. So from those equations, let us let us find out the value for sigma 1 and sigma 2 by considering sigma x, that is the bending stress, equals to 0. So if we put sigma x equals to 0, then sigma 1 will be equals to tau. And if we put sigma x equals to 0, then the principal composite stress sigma 2 will be equal minus tau, because sigma x is 0. So that's why this term becomes 0, term will become 0. So only t tau square remaining. So under root tau square will be equal to tau. And here minus under root tau square will be equals to minus tau. So that's why sigma 1, that is the principal tensile stress, will be equals to tau, and principal compressive stress will be equal to minus tau. And the angle of principal plane theta will be equals to 45. So by using this information, let us consider the detailed explanation about the crack formation in the zone 2 or the region 2. So as you can see that this elemental portion what we have considered here, the elemental portion is located at the centroidal axis where the shear force is maximum and the bending moment is 0. So that's why this portion is subjected to the pure shear. So you can see clearly here that portion is subjected to pure shear. That is, only shear stresses are going to act on this element. So as only shear stresses are going to act on this element, these shear stresses will result in the formation of the tensile stress. And as a result of these shear forces, that as these shear stresses are going to act in this direction, this will give rise to the tensile stresses in this direction. So as you can see here, clearly marked here, that tensile stresses due to these forces or these stresses are going to act in this direction. And similarly, due to these stresses, the tensile stresses are going to act in the element in the opposite direction. So these tensile stresses are the principal tensile. Similarly, along with these principal tensile stresses, the principal compressive stresses are also going to act on this element. Mainly, these principal tensile stresses will act along the diagonal BD, and the principal compressive stresses will act along the diagonal EC. As we have seen that the principal tensile stress will be given by tau, and the principal compressive stress will be given by minus tau. So that's why these directions will be exactly opposite. So as I told you that the principal tensile stresses will act along the diagonal BD, and the principal tensile compressive stresses will act along the diagonal EC respectively. These principal tensile stresses which are acting along the diagonal BD is maximum and will be equals to tau, that is the maximum shear stress. And as we know that if this value exceeds beyond the tensile strength of concrete, then it will cause formation of cracks along the diagonal DB. So this is the reason why the cracks are going to form whenever the shear stresses are predominant in the shear zone or the region 2. They are called as the diagonal tension cracks, or the tension which is going to develop in this way. So this tension, this will be is going to form the tension T, and this tension T is called as a diagonal tension, which results in the formation of diagonal cracks like this along the diagonal DB of this element. And the diagonal compression is also going to act, that will be equal. These cracks which are going to form due to the diagonal tension are referred as diagonal tension cracks, or sometimes these cracks are also referred as the wave shear cracks. So this is the reason why the shear cracks are going to form in the region 2. Region is predominantly acted upon by the shear stresses, and that's why the main reason for the formation of cracks is the shear stress acting in this particular region. So this is about the diagonal tension cracks. The diagonal tension cracks will form, okay, as you can see here. To restrict this kind of cracks, we have to provide the reinforcement in this zone, and that reinforcement, whatever we are going to provide to resist this kind of cracks, that reinforcement is normally provided in the plane, or sometimes this reinforcement may be provided in vertical plane, and that reinforcement is called as a shear reinforcement. So we'll discuss in detail about the shear reinforcement in the further lectures. For now, stop here, and in next lecture we'll discuss about the cause of the cracks in the zone 3 or in the region 3. Thank you. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button, and also if you are not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, and also hit on the bell icon so that you'll get the notifications of all videos uploaded in the future.